In 2009, 2008,
Right.
we had a post-election, the 2007 post-election, where we lost everything, where we were living. So my family had to move to
So
the
you're
village.
referencing the 207 post-election violence.
Exactly.
And your family had lost everything at that point.
We had lost everything where we are living. As in life and as a man, you have to go through a lot. I had a target because I wanted to come out of poverty. Because I had decided in my heart that from who I am, it is only me myself who can get out of the situation. Nobody could help. So I made a target of 3,000 shillings a day.
A day.
Wow, 3,000
Without
shillings?
making 3,000 shillings a day, I couldn't go home. Remember, I had a small loan, which my wife acquired from Kenya women. Then the saving I had.
Wow, that's a very supportive wife.
Yeah.
So she helped you get the motorbike.
So I was paying the loan and I'm servicing the needs of the family.
I can say that, Evance, you have a very resilient life and passion towards what you're doing. And my question comes to you, when you are doing these journeys outside Africa, how do you get any challenges when you're moving outside there, or do you see them as opportunities for you to make more money to bring back to your family?
Every street has a journey, every face a story unseen.
In a world full of headlines, we bring you headlines.
This is Real Voices, Real Stories, where we sit with ordinary people living through extraordinary truths.
From survival to resilience, hustle to healing, these are the stories that move us, shape us, and remind us who we are.
Let's get into it.
I can say that, Evance, you have a very resilient life and passion towards what you're doing. And my question comes to you, when you are doing these journeys outside Africa, how do you get any challenges when you're moving outside there, or do you see them as opportunities for you to make more money to bring back to your family?
It is an opportunity to make money. Also, it is opportunity to explore what is not in your country.
Yes.
Like it came into my mind, when you are driving in Tanzania, it is not the same way we are driving in Kenya.
Sure.
Because in Tanzania, the law is put into use.
Really? So it's more strict.
When it is 50 kilometers per hour, it is 50 kilometers per hour. You have to follow that law.
If you go above, they will stop you.
They will. When it is a yellow line, or in Tanzania they use a white line, it is different from our road, but we still keep left. When it is a white line, continuous, no overtaking, and that is the law.
Right.
Mostly in Kenya, we just do it.
You just do what you can. I even remember when I was on a drive with you in Kitengela, you were telling me in Kenya you can't wait in the line, you have to make your own way.
Because when you wait in the line, people are overlapping everywhere.
Yes.
So you are the one, you remain there. But in Kenya, law is there. But we people are not making use of it. That is the problem.
So you think that do you prefer the driving conditions in TZ or here in Kenya? Well, what's your preference?
Our roads are better compared to them. But the good thing with their country is that law.
The law is followed.
Is followed. Yeah. In Kenya, nobody is following the law. That's where the problem comes.
Okay.
You can be there, you want to follow it. But the circumstances, like where I live in Kitengela, we are in traffic jam every day.
Every single day.
The roads are narrow, our population is big. So you will find everybody is finding his own way.
Just to make it.
To make their destination.
Because I assume you have to get to Nairobi a lot for clients and such. Do clients sometimes complain to you about being late, or are they rude about being if you show up late to a destination, or do you find that most of the clients here in Nairobi are understanding of that?
Most of clients will understand. Most of them will not. She or he is late by himself, but he wants you to be there.
They want
on
you to be
time.
there
Yeah,
on
sure.
time.
Yeah, the traffic's there.
Right.
So you will find that you have to find a route. She will tell you, I want to be in Nairobi in 30 minutes. Or most of them, those who are on hurry, are to the airport. Like 2 weeks ago, I got another one. He tells me his flight is leaving in 28 minutes, and we are in Kitengela.
Wow.
He has only 28 minutes to be in the airport.
Wow.
The flight was a domestic. So he tells me, if I get there 15 minutes, I will make it. So he has already communicated the message. So it is you to be in the airport with that time.
Within that time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Yes. So it puts a lot of pressure on you.
Exactly. And our roads.
But you've been able to manage in terms of all those clients, because at the end of the day, we always say the client is right.
Client is right. Because what I normally, and I've kept a lot of clients. Most of the clients I had from 2012, most of them still I have them.
They still use you today to this day.
Because what I normally do is that the client has money, I have the vehicle.
Yeah,
Right.
sure.
The client will get another vehicle with this or money. But with my vehicle without a client, nothing I can do.
Yeah, sure.
So on my part, I don't disagree with most of the time. I don't argue with my clients.
You don't
Wow.
argue with them. Whatever,
Because
if they give you a request,
arguments-
you just do it.
Arguments can't lead you anywhere when you are in the process of building your life.
But with that being said, though, I understand that concept that the client is always right, but have there been some requests that you have received that are ridiculous that you reject?
Yes, mostly in Uber. You see, in taxi, your client will call you, you will agree, at such a date, I want to be in such a place.
Yes.
So you agree on price, like that. But in Uber, you will meet different clients. These different clients, most of them have their own attitude. You'll find a client, you don't know what she's going through, and she will come with that attitude
To you.
To you.
to you.
Yeah, sure.
She's angry, you don't know him, you don't know her, and mostly you can reject.
You can just reject the request. Yes.
Sure. So let me take you back a little bit, Evans, about the way you've said about the Uber, and which is compared to the taxi. Previously, we used to use the taxi, but now, since we're in the digital era, we're using the Ubers and the Taxifys and all that. How do you see that transition, you as a driver, from the taxi to the Uber? And can you even take us a bit back? How was it for Kenya when taxi, for the Uber started?
Okay, when online platforms came into Kenya, it was quite chaotic
Wow.
because the taxi drivers didn't accept the platforms.
They rejected it.
Because when you, most of the airport, the yellow cabs,
Yeah.
you couldn't enter airport with an Uber and take a client. It was a setup, a game of setup. It wasn't physical, but you can feel it.
Yeah.
You can feel it.
Yeah.
You could go with an Uber in the airport and get arrested for no reason.
For no
Wow.
reason.
Wow.
Because they were feeling that now Uber is snatching their job.
Their jobs.
Taking the
Sure.
job away.
So from that one, we have moved slowly, and these online platforms were on. People were joining slowly, and they were making a lot of money. Because when it started, the trips were more. Vehicles were few, clients were many. The amount paid were higher because there were no competition by then. So people could make money. People could quit job. And when it started, the vehicles were owned by those who were able
Yeah, sure.
to be in Uber.
Right.
So most of people were drivers. So it went to a situation whereby clients were now joining, requesting
Slowly,
slowly, pole.
Yeah.
So by the time we realized that now taxi is normal, you can get a client, only the trusted client
that you
who
had
doesn't want to request, just want to use you
Okay.
as
So
a
now,
taxi.
taking this back to you, personally for you, was there a turning point where you decided, okay, now I will join Uber? What was that process like for you? What were your thoughts about Uber before you started to join it?
You see, the vehicle I had first, from 2012, it was now becoming old.
Yeah.
So I decided I could sell it and buy a new one, then join Uber, because it came to a situation whereby you can get a taxi driver, one client per day or two. Some days it will go like that without
any clients.
Any client, sure.
So that is where I decided I can join Uber.
So Uber provided you an opportunity to make more money in the day.
Yeah, you can make, but Uber, it is a sacrifice. Right now, you have to be out. And more so, as we talk right now, the platform is flooded.
With many requests.
With many vehicles. And now the requests are low.
Wow.
Some factors. More so, our economy isn't running well. And not only in Kenya, I think it is a worldwide.
It's a worldwide
situation. Yeah, sure.
The economy is slow.
Yeah, because, me, I lived in the West for a little bit, and I can definitely attest to that, because Uber, I can see how Uber has changed from when it was first introduced. We first got Uber in Canada, at least in my part of Canada, I think in like 2019 or so. And I saw how Uber was first a very viable option. But now, very, very few people use Uber because they say it's expensive for them now on the consumer side, right? They would rather prefer public transportation and such. So I can see how that can translate to Kenya, where you have so many vehicles registered on the Uber app, and there's a high competition for the clients, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you'll find that the clients are now few, the vehicles are many, and the job opportunity aren't coming in. And also the online platforms, there are now many. So they keep on competing on their own, dropping price instead of adding up. You'll find if Little Cab drops the price today, Uber will drop, and it is going down and down.
So the price keeps going lower and lower.
Fluctuating.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that is the most problem we have. If they could have made it a standard price for everybody, for all the platforms, you better make 2 trips a day with a reasonable amount than making 10 trips for 200 shillings.
Right.
Wow.
Our fuel price is high. The insurance for the vehicle. You buy a vehicle 1 million plus.
So there's many expenses you have to take into account.
Exactly. Yeah. So you find that most of the drivers are on auctioneering risk because the amount you collect per day doesn't add up the amount you have to pay for the loan.
So they're even at risk of losing their vehicles.
Yeah. Most of people have lost their vehicle.
Wow.
The other challenge Uber get in the town or in the CBD area, central business area, is the parking system. The vehicles are many, the parking slots aren't available. You find where to drop the client not designed. The one designed are few, and always client will request a vehicle and want to be picked.
Sure.
where she requested or where he requested the vehicle. So you find for most of the drivers, getting the client or getting to the pick point will be difficult, and that lead to the cancellation of the trip, because when you pick the client from where she is, and most of the clients want to be picked where they are, and
sure.
you as a driver, when you risk picking her or he from that position, you get arrested. So you better let the trip go than getting arrested. So those are the challenges.
Hey, now I'm going to appreciate my Uber drivers way more.
Yeah, we better
Anytime
appreciate
I'm in
them.
my ride, because there's a
Yes.
lot of, it seems like there's so many things that you have to take into consideration when you accept that ride.
Yeah, because you will look at a ride, maybe the ride is in Moi Avenue, and you are in Kenyatta Avenue. You have to figure out, how will I get it to Moi Avenue? Which route will I take?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it the right time to pick the client?
Right.
Because municipality cops are there, the ones we call the kanjo, they're there.
Right, yes.
You just stop before the client gets in the vehicle, he's the one in the vehicle. So you will better avoid the trip than get into that.
Then get into that mess.
Yes.
But I know, Evans, as you've said, there are so many challenges, and you yourself, you're already in the Uber sector. What has made you be resilient, and what are the tips maybe that you can maybe give us that you use that has made you that up to date, you're still in the Uber business, and at times you do the taxi?
Okay, it's just a matter of perseverance. You decide, because this is what I do. You cannot run from it. This is where I make my living. So from my part, I just avoid the central business. That is how I do it on my own.
I've been to the CBD. It's very congested and hard to drive through. Yes.
If you want me to drop you into the CBD, we have to agree, where am I going to drop you? Not that I go by your needs, that I want to be in Parliament Road, in such a place. I will tell you, this is the place I will drop you. There are several parts of Nairobi I can't dare go.
So CBD is one. What are some of the other parts that you can't go?
It is only the CBD.
Okay.
But other parts are the challenges. You see, some of the clients request a cab, and where he or she is going, security,
right,
is a factor. Yeah.
Road. There is a place we call Mwihoko. We have Waidaka. Somebody requests you at 11 p.m. in the night. You want to go to Waidaka. How do you do that?
Right.
The security first. Some are going to Mwihoko. So there are most of the trips you will abandon because of security, because you can't do everything. And mostly the clients on the platform, most of them, we don't know them. They're just requests.
Right. So there's also you sometimes Uber drivers take into consideration the risk they could face from the clients themselves.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
So Evans, you've told us about like the way you work on a day-to-day basis, and you've also told us that you really work hard because of your family. So I would want to understand, because the sector that you're working on, you have to really be on toes every day. How do you maintain the work and family balance so that there is time you spend with your family and there's time that you spend at work? How does it look like?
Yeah, I do balance in all this situation. You see, you are trying to lift up your life. Mostly on Sunday, unless I have a booked client. Sunday after church, I remain at home. That is the time we have with my family. But if I have a booked client, maybe you have booked me, you have to go somewhere. You see, a client will be always right. We tell you, on such a day like Sunday, I want to go to Namanga. I want to be in Nyeri, I have to do the trip.
Do you make a rule with yourself though to only have one booking on Sunday and not multiple bookings on Sunday?
Not
Or there's no
multiple.
rule like that?
Not multiple.
Ah, yeah.
Mostly on Sunday, I might leave if I have a pickup in the airport. Mostly the pickups in the airport are in the evening.
Yes.
But mostly Sunday, I'm at home.
Wow, that's
Okay,
very
that's
nice.
good. Yes.
Yeah, sure.
So Evans, you've talked a lot about the transition of, your just life story in general from where your family went from '07 to this point. So you've seen a lot of changes as well, just physically in Kenya. Can you talk about how things have changed in Kenya, in particular the road conditions and where you think they can be better?
Yeah, things have changed since when I started this transport. Most of the roads in the rural have changed. There were so many parts of Kenya you could go, like Eastern region, Nyanza, Western. Central has been having quite for a long time some good roads, but these other places I've mentioned didn't have roads. But right now, through the leadership we had from Kibaki to Uhuru, there were some roads added up, and it makes it easy to drive from one destination to another. It has improved.
Right.
It is not, I can't compare it with the 2010, 2015.
Okay, that's really good. And has the improved roads also helped with traffic congestion? Like, have the traffic jams gotten a little bit better?
The traffic jam is going up because our roads, most of our roads, highways, are narrow, bumps all over. You see, what I think the challenges here comes with the bumps in all these small towns. The government could have done footbridge for people rather than speed bump. So speed bump will save life on pedestrian, but on the other side, it impacts to the traffic jam. So that is the common problem with our major towns.
So you say, like, with this improvement, the roads have really grown from step A to step B.
Exactly.
So of course, if we would get more assistance in terms of transport industry, both the clients and even you, your side as the driver, will be at the right position, right?
Exactly.
Right. That's really good. Well, do you have any advice for anybody who is listening to this and they say, I want to be a driver just like Mr. Evance Okode? What would be the advice that you would give them?
Okay. What I can advise my fellow drivers, wherever they are, this job needs peace of mind. When you have peace of mind and you have a set goal, you will make it. And a good relationship with clients. Like, there are around 3-4 clients. I've had them since 2010 from motorbike to now. Like a lady called Vera, Sylvia. They have been in my life for the last 15 years.
Wow.
We have never gone wrong. They need me. I need them.
Right.
So when you are focused and you know what you want, you just get to your destination. It doesn't matter how long it will take. And more so, what has kept me more on this with these all clients is trust. As a driver, don't touch anything belonging to your client. More so, what makes a person look bad is money. I've been with clients left with $1 million in the car, and she will find them there. They will find them there because I don't believe in having what doesn't belong to me.
So you're a very honest man.
Exactly.
That's very good. That's why
That
you're
is what has
trustworthy.
kept me in this business.
Yeah.
I will take what belongs to me, and what belongs to you will remain to be yours.
Will be meant to be yours. That's very,
If
very
you
good.
leave your wallet with $1 million in my car, you will get it.
You'll get it back. That's a very good heart.
That's a really good
What has kept me in this business, and most of my clients, they know that. Somebody will send me, go to my house, bring this and this. And also, what has kept me in this, getting into a client's house without his authority. You'll find some drivers, you want to be to that extent that, whereby it is like a family.
Right.
Yeah.
When you do that with the client, you lose, because there are some points it will come to an extent. So
You have to have a
send
boundary.
me to your house, you are not around, your wife is in, my business ends at the gate. That is what I do.
You have to have set the boundaries so you respect
Exactly.
people's boundaries.
Exactly.
That's very important. And before we conclude here, I did have one fun question for you. What is the farthest you've ever driven from Kenya?
With a client from Kenya, the farthest trip I've made is to Dar es Salaam.
What about without a client, just driving yourself?
Driving myself, I went with a friend up to Lesotho.
Wow. Wow.
I've been there.
From Kenya to just driving.
Just driving with a friend. He was a guy working in Kenya Power.
Okay.
So they had a job there. Then I just joined the trip.
Right.
Wow,
That's amazing. So you're a very experienced driver.
Exactly. So from there, by that time, I didn't have that experience to the place, but I was already in taxi. But I just joined them. I just wanted to know how I could drive in some place that I had like that.
Well, that's the theme that I noticed about you. You have a lot of good qualities of a driver. You're brave, you're very resilient, but you're also honest and hardworking, which is something that a lot of people seek, and you're reliable. So I'll definitely be calling you whenever I need to go wherever, because I know I can rely on you. So just for our audience, international or in Kenya, if anybody is in need of a driver, how about you let them know the best way to contact you?
I will. Through this platform,
Yes.
if you guys can help me market my job, get more clients,
Yes.
locally, internationally,
Yes.
I will appreciate.
Yeah. Do you have
do you have a number
that you can share?
with us?
Yes.
Yeah.
My number, I only have one number, 0726 660451.
Wow.
That is a number, anytime you call, my phone is on 24 hours.
We'll make sure we add that on the screen,
Yeah,
and we'll
sure.
put it in the description of this video. Well, you know what? All I have to say is thank you so much for having this conversation with us. It's been wonderful learning about Uber and just learning about your life story and how amazing it is.
Thank you so much also, Evans. And I would want to urge people, kindly support our guy here. He's doing a good job. And thank you so much for digging inside your story and also encouraging the Uber drivers that are coming up that this is not just a job, that they should leave it at that. They should be empowered to ensure they achieve their goals. And more so, what touched me more so is about your family. At the end of the day, family is what we got and is what we strive every day to. Yeah, thank you so
guys,
much.
make sure to like, subscribe, share this video as much as you can, spread Evans's story, and till the next time, thanks guys.
Thank you so much. I was your host, Sylvia Kamau.
Lazarous out.